Build day 2 is coming to an end. I'll just do a quick recap of everything. It is all put together. I have one part that is axial on here that's temporary, and 2 screws, and it is the carrier for the top suspension pieces, the links here. And once I get a new one, I'll get a metal one from Hobbytown and put that together with those, and then put this back on my E1, and then it will be nothing axial on it again. Uh, it has full telescoping shocks, as you can see. The Furitek motor, this micro Komodo, likes to mount forward. If you're mounting it with a deadbolt suspension, it has to mount forward, because if you don't, there's not enough drive shaft sticking out to reach the front axle, and it will separate. Another thing, I had to completely flip the skid plate around because I had it mounted with the motor back here, and it didn't like that. Another thing about this Olympus cage is, I didn't know this when I started, but it only uses the front and back mounting holes for the skid plate. It does not use the 2 center ones, and it does not use the index pins either. So in order to put this on, I actually had to shave those index pins, and it's still on fine. It's not a problem to do that. I just don't like it. I wish they'd mounted this properly. They say that you can do that for multiple mounting positions for the frame, but really this is the only spot that I found that worked really well. So I wish they would have just drilled the holes where they should have been, but they don't ask me about things. Well, one company did, and they made the product a lot better. So actually a couple have, and both of their products are better. But anyway, side note, Olympus only uses the front and back. Took me a while to figure that one out. It does have the Injora all metal links. Here's just a note. These metal links have O-rings on either side of the link at the ends, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, you kind of can. You can see the O-rings on the edges right by the red, and those sandwich the links pretty hard. And if you want more articulation out of it, just take off the inner of the two. Actually, in this case, since it's pointing inward, I take the outer one off. Basically, you want to put pressure outward and add your slop on the inside if you're going to do that. And this would have more articulation if I did that, but this isn't my build. This is a build for one of the guys at the Iowa RC Outlaws that I talked about a little bit on the last video. And it would have better articulation if you just used one washer or O-ring to keep those in place. So I didn't do that. I still can, but as it articulates up and it reaches the limit, you can feel that compresses the O-ring, and it feels like a rubber bump stop, which it is. It's a torsional bump stop rather than a compression one. As far as top to bottom, this is a twisting compression. So I think that's all for tonight, really. Wheels are on. It's on. It's mechanically ready. The next step is to figure out how to mount the ESC and the battery and the receiver. And I'm thinking about a dual shelf system with a low shelf across here to mount the ESC and the receiver. And then I'm going to come up one step and mount the second step right over top of this portion of the transmission. And the reason I want to do that is because we'd like to use a large battery for this, and this is the best place for the battery to sit. It's central located, it's still pretty low, and you can get it in and out of there very easily. So I think that's what we're going to do with the battery. And the reason we're going with such a large battery instead of a small one is for kids. So runtime is everything. And I might even use this big 430 Venom. It would fit in there too, just fine. It's about 10 or so grams heavier than the stock battery, but it fits. And I want this to look super clean. I want it to have a wow factor when people see it. It is for the kids raffle, and at least that's the plan for it right now. Um, but I want it to have a wow factor. When you see it, it needs to look real clean and sharp, and all the wiring. You know, right now I've got wires hanging out the far side of it because they're nothing has been wired in yet, but mechanically it's ready. So that's all for this video. We'll see you on the next day.